You know what this sound is? Yes, you know where I'm going to. Today is Katsudon time. But what is Katsudon? It's a bowl of rice with a layer of omelets on top with a crispy fried pork and a luxurious sauce on top.
So let's start with the star of this dish, the pork. The best cut for me is the pork filet mignon. I prefer a thick cut, but not too much, 2 fingers is enough. I'll mash it anyway with my pesto pounder. The idea is to flatten a little so it can cook evenly when frying. But I still want to have some thickness in the final product. See here how it was? 2 fingers, right? Whoa, nice trick. Now it's a pinky. Now I brush some mustard and I season it with salt and pepper, a very basic seasoning. It's time to prepare the triad of the fried stuff. First, pass the pork through the flour. Cover it completely. Take out the excess. Pass it through the egg wash now. Don't forget any spots. And now the panko can embrace everything. All the pork surface should be covered by panko, okay? To guarantee that, push the meat with your fingers so the panko can really stick to the meat. Now time to fry them. I heat my oil. I'm using canola oil, by the way. I like to drop a small clump of egg and panko on the oil to see how hot it is. If it reacts like this, I drop the meat in there and I let it cook, tossing around until golden brown. Then I take it out and ooh, looks amazing! Well, I let it rest on a tray, preferably in vertical position, so most of the oil on the surface of the meat can drop and not soak the crisp exterior we worked so hard to get it. I'll just keep going and frying the other one. I'm going to have 2 portions today, and well, the third one is between me and my camera. Now let's just hear this. Oh, come on, that was cool, right? Now let's go for the omelette. I want a creamy omelette to contrast with the crispness of the fried pork and the softness of the rice. So one way I like to do is this. I mix the eggs very well. Then, on a non-stick pan, I put my favorite oil. It's butter, by the way. Any questions about it? I drop the eggs in there and I let it sit for some seconds. And then I start folding. I'll go from one side to another. I turn the pan a little to let the raw egg slide to the other side of the pan. I like to make some tornado form, but this is my personal choice. It's just cool, and yeah, that's so 2021. I keep folding the egg on itself continuously until cooked to the point I like. This will create layers and layers of eggs. Oh, and I'm using a pan of the same size of the bowl. Then we need a tonkatsu sauce, which you can buy it or prepare a homemade version. It's simple: 25 milliliters of soy sauce, 50 milliliters of water, 1 teaspoon of dashi, 1 teaspoon of sugar, and let it boil for a minute. This is a part that can be done in advance and just heat the amount you need. Now let's put everything together. First, a bowl of rice. Then slide the omelette straight from the pan to the bowl. Adjust here and there with my fingers. Well, I'm doing for myself, no problem, right? And finally, our sliced katsu on top of everything. Splash our sauce on top. I know we had to work so hard to get it crispy, but trust me, this is part of the seasoning. And I finished with some diced spring onion. And this is it. The Katsudon is done. I think this was one of my main discoveries in Japan. I did not know I would enjoy this dish so much. By the way, the oil, I'll filter it, and if I'm not planning to use it again, I'll burn some calories by running to a proper place to discard the oil. In Brazil, this place we call ecoponto, or you can go to a supermarket that has a discard point, which was my case. Oh, and if you're wondering why I made 2 katsudons,
This one is for me too.
No.